Hello, my name is Gloria Corley. I've been a member of AAACN for about 5 to 6 years now. I have been serving as the chair of the Inclusion and Belonging Committee, which I have really enjoyed over these last 4 years. I am now applying for the nominating committee, and I would like to answer a few questions. First question, can you share your experience with nominating or selecting candidates for leadership roles in organizations similar to us? Although I have not served on a formal nominating committee, I have extensive experience just identifying and developing leaders throughout my nursing career at the University of Kentucky. I have been a nurse manager for the past 8 years. And before that, I was a nurse team lead for quite a few years before I became a nurse manager. So as a nurse manager, I routinely participate in interviews and I evaluate candidates for nursing and support staff positions. Those roles range from nurses, medical assistants, and even registration staff. And I've identified individuals with leadership potentials for team lead and even for committee roles. Through my involvement with AAACN, including as I was serving as the chair of the Inclusion and Belonging Committee, I've worked alongside other volunteer leaders to understand the qualities needed to successfully serve within the committees. And I believe that effective leadership selection goes beyond just experience alone. It includes people that have demonstrated commitment to collaborate with others and for service and for integrity and to advance this wonderful profession of nursing. What strategies do you find most effective for identifying, developing, and supporting emerging leaders within an organization? Well, I believe that the best leaders are always identified by their actions rather than that title of being a nurse leader or just a leader in general. I look for individuals that are consistently up there demonstrating an initiative, collaborating, showing accountability, and just their willingness to mentor others. Developing leaders begins with creating opportunities for others to participate in committees or just quality improvement projects that come about, being able to present podium presentations or poster presentations, and just simply mentoring relationships. I also believe that being able to provide constructive feedback, to recognize others' accomplishments, and to just simply be able to encourage nurses to pursue professional development and certifications is big. Investing in emerging leaders to strengthen both the individual and that organization is very valuable as well. Which aspect of our mission, vision, and strategic goals resonates most with you and why? Well, AAACN's commitment to advancing the practice of ambulatory care nursing in itself through education, leadership, advocacy, and innovation really resonates deeply with me. Throughout my career as a nurse manager, I have seen firsthand this complex role of ambulatory nursing play in improving access. Just in my clinics alone, improving access, coordinating care, and promoting quality care and managing population health. This has been a really big focus for our enterprise at the University of Kentucky. I really appreciate that AAACN not only supports practicing nurses, but it also develops future leaders and future nurses to shape the future of ambulatory care. This mission aligns closely with both my professional goal and my passion for nursing leadership in general. Next question. In your view, how can the nominating committee support the organization's long-term growth and sustainability? The nominating committee plays a vital role in ensuring that long-term success of AAACN. And it does so by identifying leaders who reflect and who can look upon the organization's mission, and it possesses diverse perspectives, and it is committed to serving its members. The committee has the opportunity to cultivate this leadership pipeline that can be used to encourage volunteers, to mentor emerging leaders, and to also identify individuals who have different expertise across the various ambulatory care settings through different enterprises and facilities across the nation. Strong leadership succession planning helps to maintain organizational stability while it is working to foster innovation and continued member engagement. Next question. How do you ensure that diversity, equity, and inclusion are thoughtfully considered when evaluating candidates for leadership positions? So this kind of goes with my role as the chair of the AAACN's Inclusion and Belonging Committee. I've learned that diversity extends beyond demographics. It can include diversity of experience, practice settings, perspective, geographic representation, and professional background. So when evaluating leadership candidates, I really think it's important to focus on qualifications while also looking at different voices and lived experiences that are being represented. Diverse leadership strengthens decision making, it encourages innovation, and it allows the organization to serve all members. Next question. Can you describe a time when you had to navigate differing opinions or competing priorities during a selection or decision-making process? Well, as a nurse manager, balancing different opinions is kind of, it's a part of my job and part of being a leader. Whether I'm interviewing candidates or I am making staffing decisions or I am implementing new practice changes, I have to listen to all perspectives, and I focus on objective information so that I can align those decisions with our organizational roles and our patient needs. One example that I have is when I was leading to implement a standardized RN triage process in our pediatric cardiology clinic that I manage. We had a lot of different opinions regarding how that workflow should go, but through collaboration with the staff, educating them, and just having that open communication, we were able to develop a clear, standardized process that improved documentation consistency, patient safety, and workflow efficiency. Not only was I introducing a new workflow, but this process was also going to displace some staff members that had been working on this similar role. So it did bring a lot of changes to our process. This experience, it helps reinforce the importance of transparency. I just learned that I needed to be very transparent, and I had to use a lot of active listening and just building that rapport with all staff. Um, what approaches do you use to manage your responsibilities and consistently meet deadlines? Well, I prioritize organization, planning, and proactive communication. I manage a lot of responsibilities in my role alone. And so I have to maintain a structured task list. And I have to make sure that I am setting realistic timelines. And I am regularly reviewing those priorities that I have going on. But as a nurse leader, I have to be able to balance all these responsibilities. I have committees that I am on, that I lead, and that I have to focus on. I have a lot of conference presentations that I work on. And I'm also in school for my doctorate. So that part of the education also gets added to all the responsibilities. What I have learned a lot is to stay organized because you have to be flexible to be able to um, meet priorities as they shift as well. So clear communication, early planning has all allowed me to meet deadlines and to fulfill my commitments. What current trends or best practices in ambulatory care nursing are you most excited about, and how do you see them shaping the future of the specialty? I am really excited to see how ambulatory care nursing is evolving through technology, nursing-led care coordination, um, standardized triage that has been a big talk so far. Artificial intelligence, I can say this in itself, I am personally very invested in. And population health initiatives. Our enterprise is very big on population health right now. We have shifted a lot of our focus on that. These innovations have the potential to improve access, increase efficiency, um, just the nurse triage, we're trying to reduce documentation burden. With AI as well, we're trying to reduce documentation burden um, and to enhance patient outcomes, most importantly. I am very encouraged by the growing focus on health equity, social determinants of health, and behavioral health integration within ambulatory care in itself. And also, as healthcare continues to shift towards prevention and chronic disease management, ambulatory nurses will be playing a huge part, and leadership will be playing a huge part with their role in improving patient outcomes and just transforming the care delivery in itself. And lastly, why am I interested in serving on the nominating committee? I have taken great interest in the nominating committee, and I am interested in serving because I believe that strong leadership is essential for continuing success of AAACN. Over these past 6 years as a member and then as a volunteer leader, um, I've experienced firsthand how it impacts the engaged volunteer leaders on advancing our profession. I welcome the opportunity to identify and encourage members who are passionate, who would love to collaborate, and are committed to serve as ambulatory care nurses. I view this role as an opportunity to give to the organization um, that has really contributed greatly to my own professional growth. And I sure hope that I can continue to develop thoughtful, diverse, and effective leaders for the future of AAACN and the profession in itself. Thank you so much.